what's up? This is a follow-up to a video that's pretty popular on my channel, and it's the Why a 5-string video. And it's generating a lot of questions, and I decided to do a follow-up because I mean it's kind of I can't really answer the questions a bunch of times, or there are too many to pop up on the actual video, and then there's like I'm getting private messages. And also, before I get started, people have been raving out, actually personally, about my my Xbox pants. I love Xbox, and I think that it's the best video game system around. Given the fact that it's the most fun for me, which is why I'm a huge advocate. Actually, I used to have mine up here, but it's downstairs now. So that's Xbox. So keep up the comments on that. Other than that, a couple things about the 5-string that I can answer first is, well, the first question, of course, is, are they better built than 4-strings? And the answer, it's no. Technically, they're not better built. They're just built differently. Because it all depends on the budget. This 5-string can't be better built than a 4-string Warwick. Does that make sense? Like, because it's not in the same class of wood or anything, you know, when it comes to that Warwick. So 4 strings and 5 strings they're built in different classes rather than better than one another. And it's a lot better. It's really not. It's better to look at a 4-string separately from a 5-string, not to compare the two, unless you're just talking in terms of trying to get a similar taste to somebody. Like, oh, well, you know, somebody that's used to a 4-string. Like, hey, you play 4 strings. Well, a 5-string is just the same thing you're playing with that B on the bottom shelf there. But in other terms, in general sense, you kind of want to think about them as two different things, two different instruments sometimes, because you know, there's different pickups for 5 strings. Just accommodating for that B string just gives it a complete new class of an instrument. So the easiest way to answer that is generally, like, this 5-string is built differently from the 4-string version, the B50, and so they're not better built. They're just built differently. That being said, another question that I get is string gauges. Somebody will say, you know, hey, I'm gonna play in a band where, you know, we tune to drop C all the time, or I'm gonna play in a band where, you know, we tune to, you know, whatever it is. The tuning thing I'm gonna talk to you about. It's really awesome. String gauges, first of all, the one that it comes with, the regular string gauge, which is goes up to 135. I use the ones that go up to 135. Some of them go to 130. Those will work fine for every range of tuning, because there are 5 strings, and then you're not gonna really have to tune as though it's a 4-string. The only way that you really have to worry about too much of a string gauge is if you play 4 strings. 5-string, it kind of eliminates having to buy different kind of string gauges, because you kind of have 2 sets of string gauges on there. You have, like, think about it, these 4 and these 4. You know, so right here, these 4 and these 4, and it you know, that kind of progresses on that. One big one that people ask me is, if your band tunes to standard, do you play in standard? And that's a yes and no answer. I play in E standard. E standard, like, let's say I play in E standard, I play, you know, if I play in E standard, which is fine, the guitars go to that too, but there's a, you know, there's a part in a song that we play, and it's that's what we play. And I can also, I play that twice, then I bring it down here, and, you know, I play it. So you get that low B, which is what the range is. Which is another question that I get is, what do you mean that you have a better range of playing? Not just tuning wise, but within the same song. If your band is tuned to standard, you can be tuned to B standard, actually you tune to standard. You can be in B standard, and you could really rock it out. Another example that I have for that is this riff right here. Right, that riff, that's just, it's a bass riff right there. I heard it a long time ago. I don't know, and that can be played. Some people, people know that it's a really it's kind of a common thing where you can play everything an octave below, and getting that extra octave below, you can play in standard tuning, and you can be in B standard and get these really low notes to go with the guitarist's higher notes, and it creates a really solid foundation. It works really well. I don't recommend you do it exclusively. I recommend you change it up a little bit. Like, you play some things in standard, you play like I did there. Like, I play, and then I move it down. It's better to do that because it creates just this more dynamic bass sound. I mean, a lot of people play different octaves on bass, and it's better to go down an octave rather than going higher, because sometimes you match too much with the guitars, and sometimes people can't hear you, or it gets you kind of lose the whole bass of it because you're playing higher notes. I mean, it's really a lot better if you're soloing higher, but if you kind of want to play higher, which is fine, but it's a lot better foundation wise, and the fact that you are the bass player, to go lower an octave and to create a foundation for that point. And so yeah, when you're doing scales, I mean, scales that start at any point, this is an E note, right? You can play. And then which works, and then I'll just play a completely different key, but I'll play it. You can just play scales all over the place. Those two I don't think were the same note, but you can see, like, there are different places you can play different things, and having that B string works. So that was the best I could answer your questions was doing a video. This is more of a discussion video. Any more questions that I can cover, I'll do the best I can. Another thing is, it doesn't just stand for just standard tunings. If you're in drop D, tune the B down to an A, and then do the same things. Find lower octave notes. If you're tuned to D standard, tune this string to A. If you're tuned to drop C, you're tuned to drop C, and you use the higher 4th string tune to drop C, tune this one to G. And just experiment tune as if though that's what you use your 5 string for, is just to reach lower octaves. It's a better idea. Or you can do the economy tuning that I have a video on that. I also have the video that goes prior to this one. This just answers further questions on that. If there's anything else I can do or answer questions for, please leave a comment or anything. I'll do the best I can to answer them. Thank you.